There's the toast, and now the wrap. Let's analyze what we just heard. Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer still with us, and David Tafuri, former State Department official under President Obama. So a lot of, hey, I got your back, we have your back, you have our back, we're in this together. I guess a big check mark here, David, right?
Yeah, I mean, this was a nice toast. He read it, which is a little awkward for a toast, but he stuck exactly to his points. It was very flowery language and flattering language about South Korea. There was nothing really in there about North Korea, but this is the type of thing you need to do with your allies. He looked a little bit tired. Maybe jet lag has just hit in. That's normal for a trip like this, is about when it hits in. But he stuck to his points. But behind the scenes, that's the question. What is going to happen? What can he tell South Korea? What is the strategy they're going to come up with together with Japan and other allies to convince North Korea to come to the table?
And Colonel, it's pretty clear one thing is North Korea's been pretty silent over the last couple of weeks, especially now. Do you expect them to do anything to try to get attention or to show they're not intimidated?
No, not at all. I think they're going to stay radio silent. There's a number of things I think at play here, and one of them is I think they've been cowed to a certain level because of these empty threats they've been repeatedly doing. And I think Jerome Mattis, as the Secretary of Defense, and Joe Dunford as the chairman, have made it very clear that there's military options on the table. There's been a number of what we call shows of force, which have said, look, don't do anything silly. And the other thing I would add here, you know, I don't disagree with what David's saying here. What I think President Trump made a very subdued kind of poke at North Korea by the fact he talked about the aspirations of the South Korean people. Right. We have to remember, we have to look at this in the lens of the Cold War. President Reagan did everything he could to collapse the Soviet Union so that the wall came down. Look at here. A technical state of war still exists between us and the North Koreans, and frankly, the United Nations. By the way, the North Koreans have walked away from that agreement several times. So we have to do what's necessary to bring peace to the region, stability, without prompting a war. And I think that's what President Trump would like to do.
Colonel, thanks so much. David, good job. I appreciate the incident analysis as we watch events taking place overseas. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 23 minutes now before the top of the hour.